Hello and welcome to the Black Hat Bushcraft Channel. Recently, I've been looking through my bushcraft kit very closely and considering what items I want to upgrade now that it's spring, or at least update things that are appropriate for the season. And one of the things that I've been looking at really closely is swapping out my hammock system. If you guys watch my channel much, you know I'm a huge fan of sleeping in a hammock. It's where it's at for me. I get the most comfortable night's sleep in a hammock, and I'll use it 4 seasons. However, now that spring is here, the bugs are also here. In my area, bugs can be terrible, especially the mosquitoes and the ticks. And so sleeping without a bug net is not a great option. And I have a lot of bug nets that I can use with different hammocks that I own. However, I also have one hammock that has an integral bug net built into it, and that is the DD Frontline Hammock. I've not really used this one very much, and part of the reason is it comes with these very bulky straps, which are very simple to install when you're putting a hammock up, but they're also bulky and they take up a lot of room in my pack, and I'm just not a fan of a lot of bulk like that. So recently I decided to get that hammock out, and I upgraded the straps to whoopee slings, and I put this thing up in my yard, and I've been laying in it some, and I think it's really growing on me. So I decided today I'd bring it out here to the woods, hang it up in a camp, and just get a better feel for it, take a closer look at it, and it may be my spring camping hammock this year. So I thought I'd bring you guys along, let you take a look at it in case you've been curious about the DD Frontline Hammock. Let's take a look at it right now. So I've gone ahead and taken out this DD Frontline Hammock here, and you can see that this is a little bit larger package than you would have with a standard hammock. However, to consider with this hammock is that it's a double layer hammock. It has a built-in bug net. It also has a little suspension system to keep the bug net raised up off of you for comfort, give you a little more room in there. Also, I have some mule tape, which I'm going to use to hang it from the tree. The suspension, everything is in this bag, so I kind of like that. And if you think about packing like a single nest hammock with a bug net, it would take up in my pack almost the same amount of space as this. So when you look at it that way, what you have in this pack, it kind of makes it more worthwhile to carry. So let's get this thing laid out here and set up. To get started, I have a couple of links of mule tape. And this stuff has an 1,800 pound breaking strength, so I don't think it'll have a problem holding me in a hammock. So to get started, I've just folded this mule tape in half. I'm going to bring it around the tree and just attach it like that. Very simple. Now I can attach a toggle here, and that's where I'll hook up my whoopee sling. All right, suspension setup, very simple. Now, with these whoopee slings, you just have a simple loop. That loops over my toggle here, and that's what's gonna hold my hammock to the tree. Looks like it would be risky, but it's very strong. Now all the adjustment that I need to make is in the whoopee sling. And that's very simple to do. Now to adjust this, you just simply slide this splice either up or down the line. Just push right here, and I can pull my hammock tighter. I come right up in here, and I can adjust my hammock to be looser. Just like this. So I can create slack or create tension. It's a very simple adjustment. And it works out perfectly. All right, so you can see what this connection looks like, and you can see that the pressure is actually being pulled against the mule tape, so that puts less pressure on that toggle there. And just run down the line, and I just bunched up the extra dynamo on this side, keep it up out of the way. This system works really well. It's lightweight and just gives you a quick, easy way to attach this hammock. Ridge line is almost too short for where I'm trying to put it. Boy, I just did make it. That was cutting it close right there. Now the Frontline comes with a couple of poles here, which are just like standard tent poles, but these are probably 2 feet in length. And what they do is they just help to support your bug net. Right here on top of the hammock is a little sleeve, and that's where these poles will slide in. And there's a little channel there, it just pops in place, and that helps to support the bug net. There's one more on the other end, and this one just slides in just the same, that little channel, much like a tent pole would. That's it. Now we have these shot cords here, which we can use to suspend to the ridge line. We just have a toggle up here attached with a prusik knot. I just hook that onto the toggle and I can pull that out. Same thing on this end, just loop this stretch cord or shot cord up here. I can pull that out to get the nice shape that I want. That's basically it. Looks pretty good actually. Now there's just a zipper here. It does have double zippers, and you can zip both sides on this thing. Quite comfortable. Could lay back and take a nap right now. And having this bug net on is kind of nice because it just creates a little shade, and I like that. I've not been one to use a bug net a whole lot in the past, but I really do like this one. I like the shade effect that it gives you. So one of my favorite parts about this hammock is the fact that this thing is a double layered hammock, which allows you to put a pad or some type of insulation between these 2 layers, and that will help to keep you warm. And in springtime in my area, that's really important because it can easily drop down into the 40s. And even at 60, you're freezing in a hammock without some type of insulation underneath of you. So this allows you a very easy way to put a mat in there without compressing that mat, just to give you good insulation to battle convection. I really like that feature on this hammock. So I have my ECOTEK Hibernate 4-season mat here, and I'm going to blow this thing up and put it in there, see how this feels. All right, got that all inflated. That fits really nice. You just stick the Velcro back up here. That should do a great job of helping to battle conduction with this thing. I'm going to get in it and see how it feels. You can definitely feel a difference with the pad in here. Normally when you sit in a hammock, you can immediately start to feel that cooling effect that comes from the breeze. But with that mat underneath of me, I'm feeling a warming effect. And that's just where my body heat's starting to collect. I need to lay in this just to get a better feel for it. All right, let's give it the lay down test. Well, after laying here for just a minute or so, I can really feel the warmth of that pad underneath of me, and I can tell that this would do a great job. I'm really anxious actually to camp in this thing. And this hammock, like any double wide hammock, is more comfortable when you lay off center. And in this hammock, it seems like it has a little extra material. I don't know that it does, but just the way it hangs, it seems like it has a little foot box over here on the side. But it's very comfortable. I can feel a lot of warmth underneath of my back right now with that mat. So no doubt that this would do the job. It would keep you warm, especially springtime. I don't think I'd go for that in winter. I'd want my underquilt still, but for springtime, no doubt this mat would do the trick. Could easily take a nap right now. This is quite comfortable. Love a hammock. Now another really cool feature with this bug net is, let's say you don't need the net down. You just want to kind of open up your hammock. You can just unzip this and fold it up. And it unzips on both sides. You just fold this up and let it latch over those poles that are supporting the bug net. Now your hammock is really open, especially maybe when you're packing things up, you're trying to fold your bedding and things like that. This allows you to kind of move that out of the way. that's really neat to be able to open this up like this. I like that feature as well. On each end of the hammock on the inside here, you have pockets. There's 2 on each end, and both ends actually have that. So you got 4 pockets inside your hammock where you can store things like your cell phone or your headlamp or whatever essential equipment that you want to keep organized with you inside your hammock. It's a neat feature. Alright, so I'd like to thank you guys for taking the time to tune in for this informal look at the DD Frontline Hammock. This isn't meant to be a review in any way, as this is a fairly new piece of kit for me, but you'll definitely see it again as I'm planning to use it on some upcoming videos and some campouts here in my area for springtime, and I look forward to breaking this thing in and getting to know it a little bit better. So this is initial impressions and just kind of looking at the system and how it goes together and everything, so in case you've been curious about it, but you will see it again and I'll update you guys as to how it actually performs in the field. I want to thank you for your time and interest. I look forward to talking to you again with another video very soon. Until the next one, you guys take care. God bless. Hey, by the way, check this out. Black Hat Bushcraft t-shirt. You guys can get yours below. Links below in the Teespring store. Thanks guys. Take care.